A Mississippi judge is facing massive backlash after ordering a newspaper to remove an editorial criticizing the mayor and city leaders after the officials sued. So the elected officials did not like the editorial, they pursue a lawsuit. Now free speech and press rights groups are absolutely outraged and are speaking out about this controversial decision, as they should be. So here's what happened, let me give you the details. So Chancery Judge Crystal Wise Martin issued a restraining order against the Clarksdale Press Register on Tuesday in connection with a February 8th editorial that was titled "Secrecy, Deception, Erode Public Trust." Okay, so the piece specifically called out the city of Clarksdale, Mississippi, for failing to send the newspaper notice about a meeting the city council held regarding a proposed tax increase. So it was a proposed tax on alcohol, marijuana, tobacco, and they failed to basically notify the paper, and that allegedly violates a state law called the Open Meetings Act. You're supposed to disclose this stuff, right? Obviously, we're talking about tax increases that are gonna impact people who live in this town. They deserve to know about, any type of government meeting where they're going to adjudicate whether or not it makes sense to increase taxes. Now, according to the petition, city clerk Lakeitha Covington admitted she forgot to email a copy of the notice to publisher Floyd Ingram, as she customarily does. The meeting in question lasted approximately 2.5 minutes. The city commissioners voted unanimously to send a resolution seeking approval for the tax to the legislature. Now, in response to the editorial slamming the city for not sending the notification for this meeting, Clarksdale sued, and the city's lawsuit called the editorial libelous and said it chilled and hindered the city's efforts to lobby for the tax with state legislators. I mean, and they broke the law. The public had the right to know about the meeting. Like, it's gonna be a little bit harder for the local politicians to get what they want from the state legislature.
That's not a reason you violate the Constitution. It's not even close. So I don't know what this judge was thinking, but this case is really important.
Yeah.
Because if they rule the wrong way here, it would allow any politician, Democrat or Republican or Trump, to come in and go, well, there's a ruling there that says that if you hurt my feelings,
if you make my job harder to do.
Yeah, by what? What makes your job harder to do? If you criticize them, that's it. If you criticize me, I get to shut it down and take the editorial down completely. That is a core First Amendment violation, not close. And there has to be a really strong ruling against this on appeal.
I agree, and by the way, congratulations, city officials, because now I think you're suffering from the Streisand effect. We're talking about this. This is something I wouldn't have known anything about previously. Now, Mayor Chuck Epsey said that the editorial unfairly implied that the city had broken the law with its meeting, and cited another portion that questioned, have commissioners or the mayor gotten kickbacks from the community? So the judge ended up siding with the city, and here's the argument from the judge in the decision that was made. The court finds that the petition is well taken. The injury in this case is defamation against public figures through actual malice in reckless disregard of the truth, and interferes with their legitimate function to advocate for legislation they believe would help their municipality during this current legislative cycle. First of all, proving actual malice is an incredibly difficult thing to do. How did this judge adjudicate that actual malice has taken place?
This is like, I'm telling you, okay, now I'm going to do the thing that the editorial did, and then they can go ahead and try to shut all of YouTube down if they like. So is the judge somehow, does she know the mayor here?
Something's going on.
Because this is insanity. Do you know that the paper wasn't at the hearing? They weren't given a chance to defend themselves. Ironically, what happened was the paper didn't get notice that the initial hearing was happening, the local city council meeting, etc. Then when they get sued about it, they didn't get notice that they were supposed to be in court.
Yeah.
And so she rules that they had actual malice when she didn't even hear their case. That's nuts. I mean, at a bare minimum, that sounds like massive negligence.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, have I criticized the public official? So should I now be punished and my rights taken away from me? No, that's not how this country works. We get to criticize them. And good news, Mr. Mayor, you get to say your point of view. You're the mayor of the town. You get to scream it from the rooftops.
Yeah.
You have every microphone in the world within that town. So what do you mean, no, you're not? And what's the core charge? That maybe they were influenced by money. You're going to ban anybody in media saying that politicians might be influenced by money?
By questioning whether that might be the case. It's not, it's literally
close.
not a statement of fact that, it's not like they're stating something as fact that isn't fact. They're asking a legitimate question. And by the way, I want to give major props to an organization known as FIRE, because they now do what the ACLU used to do in defending free speech rights. I'm gonna go to graphic 8 here. This is an attorney who works for the free speech organization FIRE. That's unconstitutional. In the United States, the government can't determine what opinions may be shared in the public square. A free society does not permit governments to sue newspapers for publishing editorials. So the judge has scheduled a hearing on February 27th for this case, which the paper has promised they will fight. So.
Yes, and by the way, guys, I don't give a damn if they're Democrats or Republicans. And so you have to have principles that apply no matter which side it applies to. So in this case, who cares that they were Democrats and that Trump is a Republican? I don't care. Neither one of them is allowed to say you can't publish materials that hurt my feelings or that criticize me. And let alone, I mean, this is very similar to Elon Musk the other day, who said, oh, I didn't like 60 Minutes report. I thought they were lying. My interpretation is that they were lying. They should be arrested. That's even worse.
Yeah.
No, First Amendment is for everyone, period. If you enjoyed this video, that's because of our members. They make us independent, they make us strong, and they make us honest. Become a member today by hitting the join button below.